Picture a life where you are completely free. Free from the weight of other people's judgments, free from the fear of rejection, and anchored in a deep sense of inner peace. Now, imagine that despite this, the world around you is filled with distractions, pressures, and people trying to sway your choices, pulling you further from your authentic self. How would you handle that constant external influence? Buddha offers us a path to break free from this noise, guiding us to unlock our true power by focusing solely on our own journey. Today, we'll explore 10 transformative Buddhist teachings that show you how to release the grip of others' opinions and take control of your life. 1. Stop depending on others for your happiness. The Buddha taught us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This means that true happiness doesn't come from the words or actions of others. It comes from within ourselves. When we rely on others for our happiness, whether it's their approval, praise, or actions, we allow them to control how we feel. This often leads to disappointment because no one can always make us happy. Buddhism teaches us to look inside for peace. It's about becoming comfortable with who we are, appreciating the present moment, and being grateful for what we have. By learning to rely on ourselves, we create a strong foundation of inner peace that no one can take away. 2. Embrace being alone. That's where true strength lies. Buddha advised us, meditate, live purely, be quiet, do your work with mastery. This teaches us that being alone isn't something to fear, but a place of power. When we spend time alone, we get the space to understand ourselves, reflect on our thoughts, and grow emotionally and spiritually. Solitude allows us to focus on personal growth without distractions. Instead of seeking comfort or validation from others, we learn to be our own best companion. By embracing solitude, we discover inner strength and wisdom that guide us through life with confidence and clarity. 3. Stop seeking validation from everyone. The Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." The approval you truly need is your own, not anyone else's. When we constantly seek approval from others, whether through praise, compliments, or acceptance, we lose sight of our own worth and let others control our emotions. Buddhism teaches us that true confidence and happiness come from self-acceptance. You don't need others to tell you you're worthy. Instead, practice giving yourself the love, kindness, and approval you deserve. The more you accept yourself, the less you'll rely on others for validation, freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and disappointment. 4. Don't let rejection define you. Rejection is a normal part of life, but it doesn't determine your worth. It's easy to feel discouraged when rejected, but Buddhism shows us a different perspective. Instead of seeing rejection as failure, view it as an opportunity to grow and be redirected. Sometimes rejection is life's way of guiding us to something better. As Buddha said, at the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Letting go with grace is the key to finding peace. When you stop taking rejection personally, you free yourself from unnecessary pain and make space for new opportunities. Let go, move forward, and trust that rejection is just part of your journey. 5. Stop worrying about what others think of you. One of the biggest sources of stress is worrying about others' opinions. We often let their judgments influence our actions and feelings, But Buddhism teaches that others' views are more about them than about us. The only opinion that matters is your own and how you view your actions. Buddha said, "Let no one find fault with others. Let no one notice the actions of others, but focus on your own deeds." This reminds us to concentrate on our own path and stop worrying about what others think. People's opinions are beyond your control, and constantly fearing their judgment will only drain you. When you release this fear, you find freedom and peace in being your authentic self. 6. Don't sacrifice your peace to please others. Many of us get caught in the habit of trying to please everyone around us, whether at work, with friends, or in our families. We go out of our way to make others happy, often sacrificing our own peace and well-being. But no matter how hard we try, we can never fully please everyone, and constantly trying to do so leads to exhaustion and stress. Buddha wisely said, "Better than 1,000 empty words is one word that brings peace." This teaches us that peace of mind is more valuable than meeting everyone's expectations. Buddhism encourages kindness and compassion, but not at the cost of your inner peace. There's a balance. Help others, but don't let their needs overwhelm you. It's okay to say no and set boundaries. When you prioritize your peace, you live authentically and give from a place of strength rather than sacrifice. Remember, the more you focus on keeping your mind calm, the less you'll feel the need to please others. True contentment comes from within, and when you honor your peace, you create more harmony in your life and relationships. 7. Focus on what's under your control, yourself. In life, we often find ourselves frustrated or upset because we try to control things that are out of our hands. We want people to act how we want, situations to go exactly as we envision, and outcomes to match our expectations. But one of the key lessons in Buddhism is that trying to control what's beyond us only leads to suffering. The reality is we can't control others' actions, thoughts, or feelings. The only thing you truly have control over is yourself, your actions, thoughts, and reactions. Buddha wisely said, "Control your mind, or it will control you." This teaches us that our minds have incredible power. By mastering our own thoughts and emotions, we can take charge of our lives. Instead of wasting energy trying to change others or control situations, shift that focus inward. Ask yourself, how can I improve my reaction? How can I grow as a person? How can I find inner peace, even when the world around me is chaotic? By focusing on what you can control, your mindset, your habits, your responses, you build resilience. External events, whether good or bad, will no longer disturb your inner peace. Imagine the freedom that comes when you stop trying to control everything outside of you. The moment you accept that other people's actions are not your responsibility, you reclaim your power. This shift in mindset leads to a more peaceful life, one where you make decisions from a place of inner strength rather than stress or anxiety. This is the path to true freedom, where you can maintain peace regardless of what's happening around you. When you focus on your inner world, you create a life where external chaos doesn't affect your calm. By working on yourself, you begin to inspire others around you. Your calmness becomes contagious, and others might begin to reflect on their own behavior. This practice isn't about disconnecting from the world, but rather understanding that your energy is best spent on what you can change, yourself. Once you master your reactions and mindset, You'll find that external challenges no longer shake your foundation, and that's where true power lies. 8. Understand that people are focused on their own lives. We often think that everyone is watching us and judging our every move, but in reality, most people are far too busy with their own lives to focus on us. This realization can be incredibly freeing. The fear of judgment is one of the biggest things that hold us back from being our true selves. We worry about how we look, speak, or behave, thinking others are carefully analyzing us. But Buddhism teaches us to let go of this unnecessary burden and to live more freely. As Buddha said, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. This reminds us that we each have our own path to follow. Most people are absorbed in their own goals, dreams, and struggles. Instead of worrying about others' opinions of you, focus on finding and living your own path. When you realize that others aren't thinking about you as much as you believe, it lifts a huge weight off your shoulders. You no longer need to constantly live up to others' expectations, and you can redirect your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Think about how often you worry about what others think, compared to how much time you focus on your own challenges and aspirations. The truth is, like you, most people are wrapped up in their own lives. They have their own insecurities, ambitions, and worries, leaving little room to scrutinize you. Realizing this gives you the freedom to be authentic, to make choices that feel right for you, and to pursue your passions without the constant pressure of judgment. Buddhism teaches the idea of non-attachment, not just to material things, but to the opinions of others as well. When you stop seeking external approval, you can live more genuinely. Instead of living in fear of what others think, focus on your own growth. This change in mindset leads to more confidence and inner peace, because you no longer let other people's judgments control your life. It's also important to recognize that everyone has their own battles. Just like you have your struggles, others have their own issues to deal with. Understanding this helps foster empathy and makes it easier to let go of the fear of judgment. People are too busy dealing with their own challenges to judge you. By shifting your focus away from what others think and towards your own development, you'll notice a sense of freedom that wasn't there before. You'll feel lighter, more empowered, and more in control of your destiny. This realization that others are too focused on their own lives to judge you frees you to live authentically. You'll take more risks, pursue what brings you true joy, and live with a stronger sense of purpose. Remember, the world is vast and life is short. There's no need to live in fear of what others might think. Focus on finding and living your purpose with full dedication. Let go of the need for constant validation, and you'll create emotional space for self-discovery. This process leads to a deeper connection with yourself and a clearer understanding of what truly matters in your life. The less you worry about others' opinions, the more you'll be able to focus on what fulfills you, bringing greater peace and contentment. 9. Stop comparing yourself to others. One of the easiest traps to fall into is constantly comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's comparing our appearance, success, or even happiness, this habit can bring up feelings of jealousy, inadequacy, and frustration. Buddhism teaches us that comparison is a form of attachment that leads to suffering. When you spend too much time measuring yourself against others, you lose sight of your own unique path and all the progress you've made. As Buddha said, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, Faithfulness, the best relationship. This teaches us that true wealth doesn't come from having more than others or being better than them. It comes from finding contentment within. When you're content with what you have and who you are, you experience peace. On the other hand, comparing yourself to others creates a mindset of scarcity, always focusing on what you don't have rather than appreciating what you already do. In today's world, social media makes it easy to compare ourselves to others. We scroll through perfect vacation pictures, luxury lifestyles, and success stories, which can leave us feeling like we're falling short. But what we often forget is that those photos don't show the reality behind them, the struggles, insecurities, and challenges everyone faces. Everyone's journey is different, and comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel is a fast track to unhappiness. Buddhism encourages us to live in the present and be grateful for our own lives. Instead of looking outward to others, turn inward and focus on your own growth. When you practice mindfulness and gratitude, you begin to notice the blessings in your life and realize just how far you've come. The more you appreciate what you have, the less you'll feel the need to compare yourself to others. Comparison can often lead to competition, which breeds jealousy and resentment. In Buddhism, these emotions are seen as harmful because they cloud the mind and take us away from our path to peace. When you're constantly competing, you'll never be satisfied. And this mindset steals the joy that comes from living authentically. Remember, everyone's journey is different, and the success of others doesn't take away from your own potential. A key Buddhist principle is right livelihood, which is about living in a way that brings balance and harmony. Part of that balance is accepting that your life doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be fulfilling. When you stop comparing and start living according to your own values and goals, you find true contentment. Your worth is no longer tied to external achievements or standards, but rooted in your own inner peace and self-acceptance. Social comparison can distract you from what truly matters. You may start chasing goals or possessions that don't align with your true desires just because you see others doing it. But Buddhism reminds us that real happiness comes not from external achievements, but from understanding and following our own path. Chasing what others have can take you away from what truly matters in your life. By practicing non-attachment, you can free yourself from the cycle of comparison. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or strive for success, but it does mean recognizing that your value isn't about outdoing others. Your value comes from being true to yourself and your journey. Once you realize this, you free yourself from the pressure to constantly compare and focus on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Another thing to consider is how comparison drains your time and energy. The time you spend thinking about someone else's life or accomplishments could be used to focus on your own growth and well-being. Instead of envying someone else's success, ask yourself how you can improve your own life in a way that's meaningful to you. When you focus on your own progress, you'll start to see how much you've grown and what you're capable of. This builds your confidence and self-respect. Life isn't a race. Each person has their own timing, challenges, and lessons to learn. What matters is not how you compare to others, but how true you are to your own path. When you stop comparing and start focusing on your own journey, you'll find peace and fulfillment that no external achievement can provide. 10. Choose inner growth over seeking approval. In today's world, many of us are taught to seek approval from the outside, whether it's getting praise from family, recognition at work, or likes and comments on social media. we often look to others to feel validated. However, the teachings of Buddhism show us that real peace and happiness come from within. The more we pursue outside validation, the further we stray from our true selves. When we base our self-worth on how others see us, it leads to a cycle of dissatisfaction and self-doubt. As the Buddha wisely said, "What you think, you become." This saying reminds us of the power of our inner world. When we focus on developing our own growth, mindset, and awareness, we become stronger and more content. On the other side, constantly seeking approval from others makes us prisoners to their judgments. Buddhism teaches that the path to enlightenment is built on self-awareness, mindfulness, and inner change. By working on yourself, you can find fulfillment that no external praise can give you. The desire for external approval is often driven by our ego, the part of us that wants attention, recognition, and status. But the ego is never satisfied. No matter how much recognition we receive, the ego always craves more, leading to a never-ending chase that leaves us feeling empty. Buddhism encourages us to rise above the ego by looking inward, finding fulfillment in self-awareness, mindfulness, and compassion. The more you focus on your personal growth, the less influence the ego will have over your life. When you focus on your inner development, you begin to realize that your worth isn't determined by what others think of you. It comes from your own values, integrity, and personal growth. You start to measure success by how much you've grown, not by external accomplishments. Are you becoming more patient, more compassionate, or more mindful than before? These are the true signs of progress, and they come from within. External validation, on the other hand, is temporary. It can vanish as quickly as it arrives, leaving you constantly looking for the next source of approval. Focusing on your inner growth also helps build resilience. When your sense of worth is tied to external approval, you become vulnerable to the opinions of others. A single criticism or rejection can destroy your confidence. But when your self-worth is rooted in your own development, you become more resilient to life's challenges. You know who you are and don't need others to tell you your value. This inner strength is one of the greatest gifts that come from focusing on your personal growth. Choosing inner development over external validation leads to a more peaceful, authentic life. When you stop worrying about others' opinions, you give yourself the freedom to live according to your values and desires. You no longer feel pressured to meet someone else's expectations or fit into society's standards. Instead, you live a life that's true to who you are. This authenticity not only brings peace, but also attracts deeper, more meaningful relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who are at ease with themselves and live with integrity. A core teaching of Buddhism is the idea of impermanence, the belief that everything in life is temporary and always changing. This includes external validation. The praise and recognition you receive today may be gone tomorrow. Chasing something so unstable will only bring frustration and anxiety. Inner growth, however, is something that cannot be taken away. The wisdom, self-awareness, and emotional resilience you gain through personal growth are enduring qualities that will stay with you for life. Another important Buddhist concept is equanimity, which refers to maintaining inner calm and emotional balance no matter what's happening around you. When you focus on inner growth, you develop equanimity and become less affected by both praise and criticism because your sense of self-worth is no longer tied to how others see you. Instead, it's grounded in your inner peace and self-awareness. This balance lets you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. Focusing on your growth doesn't mean ignoring the world around you. It means understanding that the most important work is the work you do on yourself. When you prioritize your personal development, you also become a better friend, partner, and community member. You bring more compassion, patience, and wisdom to your relationships and inspire others to focus on their own growth. Inner growth is not selfish. It's the foundation for a more harmonious and fulfilling life for both you and those around you. When you focus on your inner development, you unlock true happiness. External validation may offer temporary satisfaction, but it's fleeting and dependent on others. Inner growth, however, brings lasting joy because it's based on your own efforts and self-awareness. You no longer need the approval of others to feel good about yourself, and this freedom is incredibly empowering. The moment you stop caring about others' opinions, you unlock your true potential and embrace a life of self-empowerment. Thank you for watching and taking this journey inward with us today. Remember, true freedom comes from within. When you stop seeking validation from others, embrace solitude, and focus on your own growth, you unlock a life of peace and purpose. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little peace in their life. Stay grounded, stay true to yourself, and until next time, may your journey to inner peace be filled with strength and wisdom.